BSDG number 10, Reduce Inequality, defined as to ensure equal opportunities among workers and people in general of their outcome, discriminatory laws, policies and legislations that protects them from inequality treatments. During this time of the pandemic, it has deepened existing inequalities, harming the poorest and the most valuable communities. COVID-19 had also increased unemployment, which affected workers' income. Reducing inequalities and ensuring no one is left behind are integral to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals.
Having said, here are some of the issues and roadblocks that hinders the success of the 10th Sustainable Development Goal in the Philippines. First is the situation of education in the country. It was revealed that Filipino students aged 15, who are mostly from public schools, ranked last over 79 countries in the category of reading comprehension, and ranked second to the last on math and science through a study in 2018. It has been evident how education is a struggle in the country, with only talking about societal status, and adding up the government platforms and the pandemic, the disadvantaged falls deeper and the privileged stays unshaken. In the data of the Department of Education, nearly 4 million students are not able to study due to the pandemic. This only covers primary and secondary education. Education is an important tool for a stable and more secure future, yet, due to negligence, inequality, and misfortunes, people remain at the bottom of the society, and the government does not put emphasis on this. Poor quality education is also affected with the factors such as globalization, misimplementation of the bilingual policy, and overworked and underpaid professionals.
Another example would be job losses due to the pandemic. In a survey conducted in the Philippines, around 64% of households had a member lose their job due to the implementation of the enhanced community quarantine on the 16th of March 2020. With the shutdown of businesses to curb the accumulating cases in the country, over 7.5 million jobs were lost, recording its highest unemployment rate of 17.7% based on the Philippine Statistics Authority. While a study from the Asian Development Bank stated that a greater number of youths and women lost their jobs at the height of the pandemic. For the following example, this industry has struggled due to rising competition from other countries. The Marikina shoe market started around the 1880s as the efforts of Don Laureano Capitan Moy Guevara paved the way for shoemaking. Being a multi-awarded metropolitan city with its robust economy, highly skilled workforce, and many more that provides a sustainable urban development and public services. We now know Marikina City as the shoe capital of the Philippines and the home to the world's largest pair of shoes. Due to the influx of international footwear gaining popularity and its importation to the country, the shoe industry of Marikina is slowly closing, and I quote, nearing its death and burial, according to local shoemaker Guillermo de la Paz. In line with the pandemic situation, the 1 billion pesos shoe industry has almost been wiped out. Almost 80% of operations in the enterprise had stopped operations in January as the pandemic hit the Philippines, while the other 20% was able to sell through the use of virtual or digital platforms as a form of selling and marketing their products. Even before the health crisis was established, the shoe industry plummeted from 70% of the economy down to 15% as floods of imported shoes came. Despite its competition being well-known brands, Marikina Mayor Marcelino Teodoro proudly advertised and described Marikina-made shoes as the best in terms of quality and affordability, comparing them to branded shoes. 1,700 pesos priced as the most expensive pair of shoes being sold, while 300 pesos for the cheapest product.
With all of the given situations, what are the simple ways we can do as individuals or as groups in order to reduce inequalities? First is supporting local Filipino businesses. Spreading the word through social media is the most convenient way to promote the quality of our own products to a wide audience. By encouraging friends and family or establishing a platform for the local craftsmen, we are able to widen people's horizons in making local businesses known. Propagating local farmers and suppliers' opportunities will lead to a sustainable economy as it expands the demand for the available resources we already have. Second is to vote for the right leaders of this country. By selecting the right leaders, it will hopefully promote political equality, leading to more justified political decisions for the sake of the citizens. Trusting and supporting women leaders can also promote inclusivity in the field and inspire young females to see their worth as leaders as well. Third, speaking out against discrimination in work fields. We must promote inclusivity and speak out against prejudices in age, gender, disability, race, ethnicity, religion, economic, or other affected groups from various work fields. For example, raising awareness on the harassment of female journalists in the Philippines through a video narrative is an immersive tool for the people who are unaware of what goes behind the scenes of these careers.
That would be all for SDG number 10, Reduced Inequalities. Let us all work together to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals.